What is going on, people from the tube? Welcome back to another Pancho Things. So, here's the kicker. You're gonna see the same outfit for weeks to come. It's because I'm filming these type of videos all at once because Logan once enough was kind enough to let me shoot some shotgun in his property. It's a Sunday, probably the neighbors are gonna hate us, but we're gonna get this done all at once, but I'm not gonna be able to edit all of it at once because otherwise this video is gonna be like 2 hours long. So we're not gonna do that. So this is how this is gonna go. I'm gonna try an array of shells. Reason being is this year is difficult to put the hands on Boss shot shells for obvious reasons. And if you don't know why, you can go to Boss website and kind of understand in between the tariffs and the acquisition of the metal is kind of hard to put the hands on the shells. So I'm having to go back to steel. So I don't know, I'm gonna try different steel shots and see what pattern's better from my Müller choke tubes. That's what I'm gonna be using today and logically the season. But I'm gonna start with one shell at a time, and we're gonna go through each distance with the decoy, the passing, and the UFO, and we're gonna put them on target on paper. So the target paper, if you this is the first time you see one of my videos doing pattern video, I don't count pellets, I don't do any of that. So if that's kind of like what you're looking at, this is not gonna be the video for you. What I do is I put that on paper just in a regular scenario, how I normally shoot when I'm hunting, freestanding. There's no benches, no presses, no nothing. I just put it on paper so I can see what the choke tube and the shell are kind of doing, so I know what to expect in the field, adding the circumstances of wind and movement and everything. So, all right, so today we're gonna be doing the Remington short shot steel. We're gonna be doing the decoy, the passing, and the UFO. All the shells that I'm gonna be using are 3-inch number 2s. And we're gonna see how this pattern on paper. This is also the first time I gotta shoot with the glasses on, so Remington short shot decoy, 30 yards. Find the hole. I pulled that one up. That one was me. Wow. Well, for being one of the cheapest shells, not as bad. It's not great either. So I don't know where this thing cut up, but this thing cut up, so I might have to repiece and try to piece these things together, but the GoPro overheated. So I'm gonna have to repiece this somehow, and if anything, I can show you the paper and see what happened. But here we go. All right, we're gonna pick this up at the house and go over. The GoPro started failing, the other camera failed because it was too hot. So I'll fill in the gaps. Logan, once again, thank you so very much, dude.
Yes, sir.
And when you're at the house. Alrighty, so before we start here, I want to say something that we noticed as we finished shooting all the shells. The backdrop of where we were shooting is a slightly angle on the top. And initially, face forward, the angle doesn't seem as much. When you look sideways, it's really leaning. Which I don't know if yay or nay is gonna have an effect. I do believe it will. If you throw a shot to a target and it's impacting right here, and you have this bent backwards, it's gonna throw the shot higher than if it was flat, right? Because there's a little bit more chance for it to keep spreading forward up, not necessarily sideways. So I just putting that in there because some of the shots I threw them up, and some of the shell shot up, and I feel that it looks super high in paper, but I don't think it's because that the shell is shooting way too tall. I think it's that angle that makes it look worse. So we're gonna have to play with this Unfortunately, I already had sent all the shells, so unfortunately we're gonna have to adjust like that impact. The shotgun is cheap. This shotgun and those choke tubes, Müller choke tubes, are shooting perfect pattern 60-40 on all three choke tubes perfectly with Boss 3-inch 3.5 stack and 3 and number 4s, shooting beautiful patterns. If you want to see it, I got a video here. My shotgun is already fitted and shimmed. Everything is nice. Alrighty, so if you're interested on trying for yourself the Müller choke tubes, use this coupon. That's gonna save you some money. Go and try it out, put the hands on a couple of those choke tubes and see what they can do with your configuration. So there we go. Alright guys, today shurshot Remington. I never shot this before. I always seen them out there, but I never shot one. So let's take a look, see what this does. Okay, so once again, might have pulled this shot up a little, but on top of that backdrop that we mentioned, we're gonna take that in consideration. So we will imagine that this whole thing will drop probably about here. So imagine this little circle here. If we can grab this whole thing and drop it down here a couple of inches, it's gonna put us somewhere around here. So everything will get a little bit more even. The only thing that I would have to say, it would have been a little bit of a patch right here and a little bit of a patch right here, even if we drop it down. You can see here, but not that terrible. It could be, I've seen worse, it could be worse. So for close shooting, I will take it. One thing that I gotta say though, compared to other ones, a little bit more flyers. Once again, I pulled this shot a little bit up, but still, little flyers there. So let's take that in consideration. And so for the decoy, not bad. Let's take a look at the rest. Alrighty, shurshot. This is the passing decoy mid-range, a Müller choke tube. So, okay, let's say that we threw that shot a little bit tall. Still, quite a few flyers. If we bring this down, quite some patchiness here. So like if we bring this down, this is gonna be probably about this level right here. So it will be a big patch here and a big old patch right here. So we're seeing consistency on the patches on the side there. With the decoy we saw that as well. Little tall shot. Now I can see this constriction already a little bit tighter though. It's way tighter than pretty much everything that we have shot. So little bit too tight if we were honest. On a 30-inch circle, which is what that is. It's a little tighter, but yeah. Even if we, as I said, if we drop this down a couple inches or even more than a couple inches, it will put you with a massive hole like around here, like this whole thing. Like if you see here, even if we drop this to here, still there's gonna be a massive hole here, massive hole here. So it's kind of consistent on that area, patchiness on the sides, and still throwing some flyers there. So. Yeah, alright, let's see what the UFO did for us. Alright, here we go with the UFO. Now, interesting enough, this is probably the shell that's fired nicely with the UFO, actually. Even if we bring this down a couple of inches, it's still decent. A little patch right here and kind of emptiness here. Once again, that's tilted, so we put it down a little bit, but not bad. Now, still quite a few flyers on top, and now we got some flyers on the bottom too. So, but it's once again, if we pay attention to this, the consistency on the patchiness on the edges. All three choke tubes and with this within the Remington shurshot did the same thing, patchiness on the edges. So that's if we have to say something about the shell, it's kind of consistent on that area, but you know, if I need on a pinch to get a box of shells for my configuration that is cheap and that is right there and I just need something, I will grab them. Now, if I need to take long shots, hey, it doesn't look that terrible. If I had to choose these guys, I would probably choose them for close or far. The mid-range, not so great with the Müller shock tubes and the SBE3. But for the UFO and for the decoy, you know, you can get some birds down with that, and it's not that expensive of a shell. So all right, so that's what I got for you guys today. We'll got a couple more, and then I have one last box that I haven't fired yet that it came in, and that one I got pretty much all my eggs into that box because I do believe it's gonna bring some way different results. So hopefully I can fire those here shortly and get it all dialed so we can test it. So there we go, guys. Short shell Remington. We already saw what it did. So thank you so very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you can be notified every time that I upload a video. And I will see you in the next one. Pancho out.